Nova yellow belly. What's going on? So today I've got a couple things behind me that I'm going to show y'all, and let's get started. So I often get asked about, your female's so big and the male's so small, can you breed them together? The answer is, of course, why not? I often hear these stories about these big females squishing these tiny males when you do pairings, and I just want to say that I've never personally had an issue pairing a smaller male to some big girls. Is it possible? Well, when you're dealing with animals, anything is really possible. So what I'm fixing to show you is a huge, massive pastel pied female. She's currently locked up with our blackhead, probably chocolate desert ghost male. He was not the best eater growing up, and unfortunately it took him a while to get going, but now he's eating fairly well and breeding pretty good too. So we bred him to maybe 4 or 5 females this year. But let's take a look.
So I heard these ball python males is downward thickness. Alright, y'all. Look at that. Now if you can't tell, there's a little snake on top of that big girl. They's all intertwined.
Yep. So let me see if I can do this without them breaking apart. But they are currently locked up.
Don't be bashful. Don't be bashful. Keep doing your thing.
I'm not going to mess with him anymore, but as you can tell, he is significantly smaller than this big girl. And this is a 70 series tub, so she's big. She's a big girl. He's getting the job done.
Yeah.
Yes, I have no issue with putting a small male in with a big girl. So just something that I get asked about periodically. Figured I'd do a video on it and actually show you that I do it myself. Again, when you're messing with Mother Nature and you're messing with animals, anything's possible. Obviously, that female is quite capable of laying on top of that male and possibly squishing him. But again, the male is capable of slithering away from her. I mean, as well too.
It looks to me like they're enjoying themselves.
I think right now he's probably really enjoying himself. So he's liking the big lady there.
That's right.
So.
Oh, big girl right there.
So she normally lays 12 eggs, and she's much larger this year than when she was last year.
So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed we get a bunch of double heads there. So I get asked quite frequently, and I've already done videos on this, but I'll do another one to show y'all. What's an ovulation look like? Well, it looks like they swallowed a football. And when I tell people that, they're like, oh, a football, that doesn't really make any sense in a ball. I said, well, what if they eat a large meal? And they're like, well, but they can't ever figure it out. So I'm going to show you one that's right in the middle, dead middle of an ovulation. She is swole up huge. There's no way that you can miss this. So she's a great example of what an ovulation looks like. So before we get into showing her, I also want to let y'all know that we currently have 25 clutches in the incubators, and we have 12.
That many.
Yeah, however many that many is.
That many
is currently ovulated or ovulated and that's only the ones that are here, not at Craig's house.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be an 80+ clutch year for us.
Whoop whoop.
Maybe even closer to 100. So anyway, back to what I was actually showing. This is a vanilla hypo. She was paired to an OD Ivory pod. So what we're shooting for is everything is going to be yellow belly, everything is going to be double head hypo pod, and then we also get the vanilla and the OD in there as well. So really interesting and unique pairing. Definitely need to add some double heads to the collection, and I'm sure some of y'all could use that as well.
I'm gonna go ahead and call dibs on one. I need a yellow belly OD.
So this is an ovulation, and I'm not quite sure how you can miss that.
You can't miss that. You see that? See, that's her head.
Yep.
That's her ovulation.
Yep.
That's her butt.
So you know, look at
it from this way. Yeah. She pregnant.
So again, kind of looks like they swallowed a football. So if you could imagine a football being right there in her belly,
you think people just don't get it because they're not feeding their animals big enough food?
Well, I think if you're not,
or they don't see them every day like we do.
Yeah, I think that could be a issue, is people don't look at their animals daily. And I will also say that some ovulations aren't that massive.
Yeah.
So they're a little harder to catch. So it tends to be the larger the female, the harder it is to actually see that ovulation.
Because she's a big girl.
Yep.
But you got to look right there.
Yep. You got to really look for that bulge, and she's ovulating as well.
Yeah.
Just can barely see a little bulge there, but she's so big and fat anyway that it's a little harder to see on this. So just for the record, this is a Nova yellow belly. Nova is an old Dan Wolf gene. We've made some combinations over the years and just kind of play around with the gene a little bit, but this one will be one of the premier clutches for me in the Nova project. She was bred to an OD spot nose desert ghost. So what we have is everything's going to be het DG, and then Nova, yellow belly, OD, and spot nose to play with. So really looking for just a plain OD Nova het DG, male or female. So that's what I want. Let's see what we get. So, anyway, that is my take on looking for ovulations. And as always, if you need to ask me anything, just reach out and I'll see if I can help you explain more, or possibly help you with ID and ovulation if you think you have one. So see y'all next time.
Be out! Thanks for watching Hardwired Exotics, and make sure you subscribe.